Welcome to Our Girl Relationships. We talk about the problems people face in their day to day lives. Let's start with the video. My wedding is just a week away, but I see no future in it anymore. My fiance Tyler, 26 male, and I, 26 female, were high school sweethearts. We are each other's first love, and we both have never been in love with another person. I found the intensity and meaning of love through Tyler. Until yesterday, I assumed that he thought about me the same way, but not anymore. I was blessed with beautiful, lasting friendships throughout my life. My friends group was still the one I had since high school. Tyler was also part of this group. Others in the group were my best friend Amber, her boyfriend Josh, and Ed. Tyler's sister Cam, who was just 2 years older than him, used to hang out with us as well. I had known Amber and Ed since kindergarten. That is, I have known them for more than 20 years. That's like 1/3 of a lifespan. Phew, Amber and I were almost like sisters. We both had full access to each other's homes. Our parents were friends even before we were born. So we spent most holidays together. A few months back, Tyler proposed to me. My answer would have always been a yes to Tyler. I was just waiting for him to propose. After the engagement, we decided on the wedding date and the preparations began. I requested Amber to be my bridesmaid. Josh was to be Tyler's best man. My sister-in-law, Cam, decided to throw a bachelorette party almost a week before our wedding. Ed was hosting a bachelor party for Tyler. Both these parties were happening simultaneously a week before the wedding. Cam initially made elaborate plans for all the girls to travel to some beach town and host the bachelorette there. But I suggested that we host a party in our own city. Cam conceded and booked an Airbnb for the party. Cam was the official party planner of our group, so we let her sort out the logistics of the party. She asked my preference on a few things. I love drinking with my girls, so what I had in my mind was a boozy party. Cam texted me a few days before the party to ask me if I had something naughty in my bucket list that I wanted to strike off before the wedding. I understood what she meant. I had no such fantasies. Then she asked me what my opinion would be if she invited a male stripper to the party. I felt like we were overplaying it. I had heard that such things happen at bachelorette parties, but I knew that it would be uncomfortable for me. I didn't want to do anything that questioned my loyalty toward Tyler. Cam understood me and scrapped it from the plan. I was busy with wedding day preparations till the day of the party. Cam had agreed to drive me to the Airbnb that she rented for the party, so I went there with her. On the way to the party, I asked Cam when Amber would reach. I remembered that though I had met Amber a few days back, she was excited about the party, but we hadn't finalized on a date then. Cam told me that she forgot to tell Amber the exact date of the party. That was very uncharacteristic of Cam, but I figured she might have missed it in the rush. I texted Amber explaining the scenario and shared the location of the Airbnb with her. Amber had a car, so it wouldn't be difficult for her to reach here. Cam had invited 10 of my closest friends to the party. I suggested that we wait for Amber before proceeding with the drinks. But Cam told me that Amber had asked them to start and she would join us soon. I hesitated at first, but it was unfair for these many people to wait for the convenience of a single person, so we started. There was a decent pool in the Airbnb. We spent a considerable amount of time in and around the pool. I was almost always in the water. I didn't drink much as I had planned to stay somewhat sober to give Amber company, but where was she? Each time I talked to Cam about it, she assured me that Amber was on the way. Amber did not check my text message. That was also unusual, as she usually gives quick responses to texts. As time passed, I began to worry about something bad happening to her. Cam and the rest of the girls got super drunk in a couple of hours. We played a round of drinking games. After that, they each took turns to talk about me. Cam's speech was the longest. She talked for close to 20 minutes. Her speech was so sweet, and by the end of it, I was crying happy tears. Still no info on Amber. I wanted to text Josh to check on Amber, but then I remembered that they were all at Tyler's bachelor party. I swam in the pool for a while to ease my anxiety. After a round of swimming, I decided to fix myself a drink. I could feel the buzz of alcohol in my head and decided to stop swimming for the night. That's when I noticed that Cam was crying. I have drunk with Cam before, and I knew that she becomes very emotional after a few drinks. Crying out loud was the trademark of drunk Cam, so I didn't give it much heed. She walked towards me when she saw that I was out of the pool. She was still crying. When she reached me, she made the rest of our friends from a circle around us. She announced her intention to make another speech about how amazing I was. She first kissed my cheeks and then told them that I had the purest soul among all the people she had met. She called Tyler, her brother, an a-hole. Then she narrated how I had rejected her idea to invite a male stripper to the party. Apparently, that's when she realized how loyal I was to her brother. Then she continued, "My brother is an ungrateful ass. You deserve someone loyal." I laughed at this. Cam and Tyler were good at roasting each other. She repeated this loyalty comment again, but this time I saw that she was serious. I saw it in her eyes. Cam stared at my face till I shook her shoulders and asked her what happened. I don't know how, but she sobered up in the blink of an eye. Then she took me to a corner. Once we were far enough from the rest of the group, Cam told me that Amber won't be coming to this party. Was she sick? This was my first thought. Then Cam told me that Amber was at Tyler's bachelor party. Well, she might have gone there with Josh. But Tyler did tell me that it was an exclusive party just for their guy friends. I mean, that's what a bachelor party is, right? So I bombarded Cam with questions. Cam was always bad at keeping secrets. Much like how Cam asked me about inviting a male stripper to the party, Ed and Josh had a few steamy ideas which Tyler vetoed. So they asked Tyler if he had any fantasies or bucket list items that he wanted to fulfill before marriage. Did he turn down that offer like me? No, he did not. Do you know what my fiancé did? He told Ed, "I want to kiss Amber till I can't breathe." Cam told me verbatim what Tyler said, and I felt ashamed. But it did not stop there. Ed told this to Josh, and Josh was perfectly okay with this. He talked about it to Amber. Amber was down to do it as well, as long as they kept it a secret from me. I couldn't believe how people I considered the rock of my life felt like it was okay to go forward with this. Cam was the only person who made some objections. But even she got on board in the end to execute this behind my back. But Cam couldn't lie to my face. She was supposed to say that Amber was feeling sick and hence may not show up at the party. But instead, she told me how she forgot to invite Amber. I got dressed immediately, took Cam's car, and went to the place where the bachelor party was happening. When I reached there, I heard loud music. Few guys were dancing. Tyler was among them. Josh and Amber were sitting on a couch and talking. I couldn't see anything clearly through my tears, but I was clear about what I intended to do. I found Tyler among the people dancing. He saw me as I walked up to him. His eyes immediately went to Amber on the couch. He came forward for a hug after recovering from the initial shock. I threw the engagement ring at him. On my way to the front door, I loudly called Amber a bitch and then drove back to my home. All my friends have tried contacting me, but I have no energy to respond to them. Tyler has been calling me nonstop. Tyler texted me that Amber was just there and nothing happened between them. My friends are blaming me for overreacting. They say that these are common nowadays during bachelor parties. Nobody is on my side. I don't see a future with Tyler. But why is no one understanding my side? Am I overreacting? Am I the AH for calling off the wedding with my fiancé after I came to know that he wanted to kiss my best friend? Our families came to know what happened. Both parents are on my side. Amber's parents visited me to apologize for what their daughter did. But what hurts me the most is how Amber has still not contacted me. Though my parents understand that Tyler was at fault, even they are asking me to forgive him. Their logic is that nothing happened between Amber and Tyler. I don't think I can marry him or anyone anymore. I have lost faith in love. Amber asked if she could meet me today. Apparently her father has stopped talking to her now. She's mentally very low. She apologized to me for what had happened. I just wanted to know one thing, whether something happened between her and Tyler or not. It didn't change my decision, but I wanted to confirm whether Tyler was lying to me yet again. She did not respond to that question. Her silence was enough for me to understand the truth. The friends group is dead. Today I texted Tyler that at some point in his life, he will realize the importance of what he ruined for some stupid fantasy of his. I still talk to Cam. I don't think I will ever be able to continue my friendship with Amber, though I have forgiven her. Tyler has tried every means possible to save our relationship, but infidelity is a big no for me. I had made it clear in the past. It feels like someone has pressed the reset button of my life. But while rebuilding my life, this time I will be more careful about the people I choose. NTA, I will never understand people's obsession with sexualizing bachelor parties. Why can't they just get together, have a few drinks, and then leave? But now, when you look back, it would feel awkward to realize that the man you loved had fantasies about your best friend. Tyler is a pervert, but since the whole friends group plotted together to fulfill his fantasy, it is to cut off every single one of them from your life. NTA, if anything, you're underreacting. You should be thankful that this happened before the wedding. If it happened after your wedding, it could have been more traumatic. Josh is the biggest loser. How come he was on board in a plan that lets someone kiss his girlfriend? People can be strange. It's my birthday next week. I'm turning 20, and every year I order in and have a few friends over for a low-key night. But this year I decided to go all out because I was feeling like it. I made a reservation at a nice little restaurant and got a stunning new dress and a pair of thigh-high boots. I have never worn high boots, but have always wanted to. I saved up for them for quite some time and finally got them. Now, I usually turn to my friends for fashion advice. One of my friends, Amy, had her mind fixed on her opinion. Amy didn't quite like the boots on me and said they were cute but wouldn't go with the dress I had bought. This was odd because the rest of my group thought they would go perfectly. I decided to disregard her opinion and got the boots anyway. A couple of days pass by and I get a message from Amy saying that she now owns the exact same pair of boots as me because her mom decided to buy them for her. I was obviously confused, but she said that her mom knew she loved high boots, so she decided to get them for her. I didn't believe this, but I let it pass. Then she goes on to tell me that she's planning to wear them to my party. I laughed and told her that I was planning on wearing mine, so she should wear something different for the day. Amy brushed that off and said the boots didn't go with my dress and that I didn't even know if I was going to wear the dress I had ordered. It hasn't come in yet, and I tend to have fitting issues, especially at the hips. So I should not count on being able to wear them. This pissed me off, and I told her that I'd ordered the dress one size bigger than I require, so the fitting wouldn't be an issue, and that I was definitely wearing the boots to my party. Amy then asked me if I had an issue with her owning the same pair of boots as me, and accused me of having internalized misogyny. I told her that I didn't care if she owned the same stuff as me, but I just didn't want her to wear them to my party because I'd like to stand out and feel special on this one day. However, she's now decided that I'm an a-hole because I can't stand any girl having the same things as me, and I'm sick of this argument. AITA? Thigh-high boots, short-ass dress. That's the look. I don't care if she wears the same boots or even the dress as me to any other occasion. Also, I'm not trying to tell her not to wear thigh-high boots, just not the same ones as mine. Very suspect that she tried to talk you out of buying them. Then she coincidentally ended up with the same ones and then announced she was wearing them to your party and then tried to talk you out of wearing yours. I'd wager everything she said was a lie. Just uninvite her. NTA. I have a friend like this too. It's very odd. The first few times I brushed it off, but now I've been calling her out on it. And it's strange things she copies too. She got the same duffel bag as me, same bed, same sweater that I got as a gift, and her mom apparently got her the same one too. And the other day, she changed her Instagram profile photo to look exactly like mine. Same angle and same pose. People can be odd. I'm 17, female. My parents are divorced and married to different people. I have an older brother, 20 male, and a twin brother, 17 male. I have other siblings, but these are the only ones I share both parents with. My dad has 4 children with his wife, and my mom has a daughter with her husband. Recently, my twin came out as gay. My older brother is bi, and he's been in a relationship with a man for the past year. Our dad, 48 male, who's claiming that he isn't homophobic, has taken the news of my twin coming out strangely. I've always said I didn't want to have kids. Yes, I know I'm 17 and my opinion might change, but right now, the whole idea just seems scary to me. My mother went to hell and back with miscarriages, and I think I'm traumatized. IMAO. Since my twin came out, my dad has really been pressing the idea of children onto me. He's been asking me to babysit my siblings so I can see that kids aren't that bad. And he's been giving me long lectures on why having kids is good and important. He's insisting that this isn't because my twin came out, but it's obvious that it is. He also set me up on a date with his friend's son that went awful. And when I got home, I confronted him about his weird behavior. That's where he admitted that he's worried about not having any grandchildren from his first marriage. I told him that was totally weird and absurd, mainly because why does it matter which marriage your grandchildren are coming from? And he has this weird thing about wanting my mother to stay in his life even though he cheated on her. We got into an argument, and I said it was even weirder he was trying to press this on me while I'm a teenager, and his excuse was that people in our family tend to have children at a young age, which is true. I ended up leaving to go stay with my mom, but I called him a weirdo and told him to leave me alone about all this before I left. Later on, my stepmother called me and demanded that I apologize to him. According to her, I've made him feel like a creep for being worried about something that a lot of people are naturally worried about. Now I feel bad and I want to know if I AITA, NTA. You're the one who has to be pregnant, give childbirth, and take care of the child for the rest of your life. It's a huge responsibility and life-changing event, and if you don't feel you're up to it, he should respect that. Plus, he has lots of other options for grandchildren, LOL. Also, you're only 17, which is too young generally to be thinking about children anyways. NTA, he is being a weirdo. He doesn't get to demand kids from any one of his kids. His wife needs to butt out. Do not apologize because you didn't do anything wrong. The fact that you mentioned still wanting to keep your mother in the picture after cheating on her makes me think he's long wanted to leave people tap dance to his demands. Makes me think he's long wanted to have people tap dance to his demands. You're an individual, and what you want now needs to be respected. Yes, you might change your mind, but that's for you to decide, not to be strong-armed into doing something that has lifelong consequences. Tell your dad to quit with the guilt-tripping and manipulation. If he doesn't, do not visit. Go low contact. Good luck. NTA, forget being weirdly obsessive about having grandchildren from the children of his first marriage. He's not entitled to grandchildren at all. It is entirely the choice of each of his children whether or not they reproduce. He was being weird and pushy, and it's perfectly reasonable of you to have called him out on it and told him that he needs to stop. He can be worried about this all he wants to be, as long as he keeps it to himself, which he's not doing here. His behavior is what's inappropriate, and as far as that goes, he owes you the apology. If having a relationship with your dad is important to you, I encourage you to take some time to gather your thoughts and then sit down with him. Or write him a letter if you're not comfortable doing that, where you let him know how uncomfortable he's making you and specifically point out that he's pushing his actual living child, who exists right now, away with his obsession about the potential for future grandchildren.